What if I told you your cat has been watching something in your room this whole time? Something you can't see. Something not of this world. You didn't click this by accident. You felt it too, haven't you? The way your cat stops, stares into the air, like it's seeing something beyond the veil. This video will reveal the ancient truth hidden behind those feline eyes, and why cats see what we can't. There's something ancient and unsettling about the way a cat looks at you. Not the way a dog looks for approval, not the way a bird flutters in fear, but the stare of a cat calm, still, unblinking, as if it sees more than your face, as if it's reading your aura, or better yet, watching something behind you. Why, it's no coincidence. For thousands of years, cultures across the world believed cats had one foot in this world and one paw in the spirit realm. Let's go back to the very basics of vision, not just biological, but spiritual. Cats can see in near total darkness. Their eyes are designed to pick up on the smallest flickers of light. Their pupils expand like portals, adjusting not just to light, but some say to energy. Because in many ancient mystical traditions, light and energy are one and the same. And if spirits are energy, cats are the perfect receivers. But their sight is more than physical. In African mysticism, it is believed that cats are guardians of doorways, the spaces between life and death, the visible and the unseen. They are like filters, absorbing energies, sometimes even blocking harmful spiritual entities from entering a home. In Egypt, this belief ran deep. The goddess Bastet, with the head of a cat, wasn't just a deity of beauty and femininity. She was a fierce protector, a spiritual sentinel. And the cats that walked freely through Egyptian homes and temples were seen as extensions of her eyes. So when your cat stares into that dark corner at night, don't assume it's nothing. It may be something ancient, watching you back, or something trying to enter until your cat saw it first. Let me ask you something personal. Have you ever noticed how a cat, maybe a stray on the street, or one in someone's home, just locks eyes with you? Not with everyone, just you. Then it slowly walks over, like it already knows your name. That's no coincidence. Cats don't bond like dogs. They don't come just because you offer them food. When a cat chooses you, something spiritual is unfolding. In ancient American folklore and modern spiritual circles, especially among psychics, empaths, and New Age practitioners, cats are believed to be drawn to energy fields, your aura, your frequency, your emotional temperature. Some say cats are like living tuning forks. They can feel your unresolved trauma, your hidden fears, even your psychic potential. And when a cat lays on your chest, purrs on your lap, or simply refuses to leave your space, it may be trying to heal you, or shield you, or awaken something in you. There are thousands of real-life stories from across the US where people claim their cat started acting strange just before a death in the family, a haunting, or a massive life change. One woman in Arizona reported that her cat kept sleeping on her pillow, staring at her face for weeks. She later found out she had early-stage cancer developing near her sinuses. The cat knew before the doctors did. Another man from Brooklyn said a cat he didn't own followed him home for days, meowing outside his window. When he finally let it in, he stopped having sleep paralysis and nightmares. The cat stayed for 6 years. Then one day, it vanished. How do you explain that? These aren't just pets. They're messengers. And the truth is, they choose you, not the other way around. Cats are drawn to souls that are either in danger or destined to awaken. If a cat has walked into your life, uninvited, unexpected, it might mean your energy field is in transition. Something is shifting inside you. Your consciousness is cracking open. And the cat? It's just helping you cross the bridge. Picture this. It's 3 a.m. The room is quiet. No sounds, no movement. Yet your cat suddenly wakes up, lifts its head, ears twitching, and stares intensely into the corner of the room. You follow its gaze. Nothing is there. At least, not to your eyes. But what if I told you? Your cat is seeing a layer of reality your human eyes aren't trained to see. Cats operate on a different frequency of perception. Their senses are tuned far beyond ours. They can detect ultraviolet light. They hear frequencies as high as 64 kHz, far beyond what dogs or humans can register. But spiritualists believe it's more than just physical. They say cats can see energy, not just light. Auras, thought forms, entities, residual energy patterns left behind by emotional outbursts, rituals, trauma, or even the presence of spirits. In Native American belief systems, especially among the Hopi and Lakota, animals were seen as sacred messengers. Cats, specifically, were believed to walk the borders of the dream world. They see things that do not exist in the physical, but dwell in the energetic. Ever wonder why cats suddenly chase things that aren't there, or leap back from thin air, fur bristling, eyes locked on what seems to be an empty space? These aren't hallucinations. They may be reactions to spiritual phenomena, things moving through dimensions, through unseen portals. In energy healing communities across California, especially among Reiki masters and energy workers, cats are often welcomed into healing spaces because they can sense when energy is flowing or blocked. Some say when a cat sits at the foot of your bed at night, it's guarding your spiritual perimeter, fighting off negative energies while you sleep. One healer in Sedona claimed that during a full moon meditation, her cat walked to the window and hissed not at an animal, but at a shift in energy. The next morning, she discovered that a friend had been practicing dark rituals aimed toward her. Coincidence or confirmation? You see, we've been trained to think reality is what we can see. But cats were never trained to ignore the unseen. They still live in the original awareness, where energy, spirit, and matter all overlap. And when your cat looks into the void, it might be because something is looking back, not to harm you, but to test whether you can see it too. Not all heroes wear armor. Some come with fur, paws, and a silent stare that says, "I see what you cannot, and I'll keep it away from you." You may not know this, but cats don't just see spiritual energy. They interact with it. They absorb it. They block it. They even take the hit so you don't have to. There are stories from all over the world, Africa, America, Asia, where people believed a cat's sudden illness or strange behavior was not just physical. It was spiritual protection in disguise. Let's go deeper. In metaphysical traditions, especially among African spiritualists and native shamans, cats are considered karmic transmuters. They can sense curses, psychic attacks, or negative thought forms and either redirect or neutralize them. That's why sometimes, after an intense argument or a period of grief, your cat may withdraw, sleep longer, or even become sick. It's not just stress, it's spiritual warfare. They took something, so you wouldn't have to. In Haiti, some Vodou practitioners believe that cats, especially black ones, are sentinels placed by the spirits to guard doorways to the soul. When someone tries to spiritually harm you through envy, witchcraft, or malicious intention, your cat stands at the gateway. In Southern American folklore, there's a tale of a cat named Salem, who would only sleep at the feet of his owner when she was in danger. One night, he refused to come inside. The next day, the woman avoided a deadly house fire. The cat never returned, but she swears he saved her. Even in modern homes, something strange happens. People report waking up at 3:33 a.m., the so-called witching hour, only to find their cat sitting directly on their chest, staring at the door or growling at an unseen force in the hallway. Ask yourself, what would make a silent, calm animal go into defense mode? Unless it was standing between you and something unseen. Cats are spiritual shields. They don't just walk around your house. They scan it-checking energetic boundaries, tracking emotional shifts, patrolling astral shadows. And when you feel broken, heavy, anxious, why do they suddenly come and lie on your heart? Or press their body against your solar plexus? Because they're not just offering comfort, they're realigning your field, transferring vibration, taking energy that doesn't belong and grounding it through themselves. It's beautiful and tragic, because sometimes the reason your cat seems drained is because it's been fighting for you. Sometimes they leave. No warning, no goodbye. One day, your cat is curled beside you, protecting you in silence. The next, gone, vanished, or passed on, and you're left wondering, why? Why now? But what if? The answer is deeper than grief. What if it was never just a pet? All around the world, there are stories of cats who appeared just when someone was going through a divorce, a sickness, a dark night of the soul. They stayed, held space, walked beside their human through fire, and then, when the storm passed, they were gone. Some say these cats are spirit guardians in physical form. They come for a mission, a soul contract, a divine assignment, and once it's fulfilled, they return to where they came from. In African mysticism, it's believed that when a cat walks away from you or dies suddenly, it often means it has completed its energetic duty. It shielded your soul from harm. It helped you cross a bridge in your life you didn't even see. In many Native American and Celtic beliefs, cats are seen as veil walkers, beings who travel freely between this world and the spirit realm. They don't die the way we think. They shift, they ascend, and often they send signs even after they're gone. You might see one in your dream, feel a warm weight on your bed when no one's there, hear a purr in your spirit during your lowest moment, because the connection never really ends. In spiritual circles across America, especially among energy workers, clairvoyants, and those who've experienced near-death states, cats are often remembered as the first beings to appear during out-of-body journeys. They guide souls through darkness, and sometimes they just watch, waiting until you're ready to see them again. So if your cat has ever left you by walking out the door, vanishing without a trace, or passing away unexpectedly, it may not have been a loss. It may have been a gift, The final act of love from a creature who knew you on a level no human ever could. They came to protect your energy. They left when the battle was over. And maybe, just maybe, when your soul is ready, they'll return again. In a new body, a new form, a new lifetime. Because true spirit guardians never really leave. They just change shape. So the next time your cat stares into the shadows, stop and look with them. You might not see what they see, but your soul will feel it. And if a cat ever chooses you, honor the invitation. They don't come for nothing. If you've ever felt spiritually connected to a cat, or had one enter or leave your life mysteriously, share your story in the comments. Like this video? Then you'll love what's coming next. Subscribe and turn on the bell, because in the next video we reveal the secret powers of black cats. Are they really bad luck? You won't want to miss it.